Hi, I'm Josh Vogel, and this is a new episode of the Sloth Report video log. Today I want to talk a little bit about something I mentioned in a thread on Reddit, and I was also talking to a friend of mine about earlier today. When you're rolling, what happens is you have all these intentions for doing different things. Like, this time I roll, I'm going to work on breathing better. This time when I roll, I'm going to work on Kimuras. This time when I roll, I'm going to work on relaxing or staying calm or whatever. And then what happens when you roll, you just go right into the usual stuff that you always do, and you forget about the things that you wanted to do or work on. So there's a trick that I picked up years ago. I can't remember where exactly, but I think it was like an article or a video that I saw about some tricks that people can use to quit smoking. And one of those tricks was you take a piece of string and you tie it around your wrist, and then every time you go to smoke a cigarette, you see the string, and then it reminds you not to smoke a cigarette. I don't know if that actually works or not. That's not how I quit smoking, but the idea was planted in my head to use that for jiu-jitsu. So what I started teaching people that, and using myself, that works really well, is if I'm trying to remember something. For example, if I'm trying to remember to breathe more efficiently in jiu-jitsu or not hold my breath, I'll take a piece of athletic tape and I'll write breathe on it, and then I'll put it on my wrist. Because in jiu-jitsu, it's very rare that you're not going to be able to see your wrist. If you're putting your hand in somebody's collar, you can see it. If you're framing on somebody, you can see your wrist. If you're grabbing somebody's arm for Kimura, if you're defending your neck, you can look down and see your wrist. So your wrists are usually within 1.5 to 2 feet of your head, and you'll see them all the time. So here's an example. It's written on the back of my wrist here. So like if I'm putting my hand in the collar, I can see it as I'm reaching up. If I'm framing, I can see it. You could write it on the inside of your wrist if you want. That doesn't really matter so much, but it's something that you'll notice every time you roll, and you'll see it over and over again, and it'll remind you to breathe, to work on your Kimuras, to work on your mount, to work on that rolling back take transition, whatever it is. The other thing I use this for is when I'm injured or when one of my students is injured, what I'll ask them to do is take a piece of athletic tape and write on whatever limb is injured, do not touch, or injured ankle, or injured shoulder, or whatever, and put the athletic tape around their shoulder, or their wrist, or their arm, or whatever. And it serves as a reminder, not only for the other person to not grab that shit and tweak it, but for you also. If I'm rolling and my wrist is messed up, and in the heat of the moment you forget that your wrist is messed up, and you start going for like a loop choke or something that puts a little bit of strain on the wrist, as you're reaching up for it, oh shit, my wrist is messed up. All right, stop. It does let the other person know also which arm is messed up, which leg is messed up, and it's a constant reminder not to grab it. Because what I've noticed is when I'm injured, or when other people are injured, they'll say like, oh, my right leg is messed up, or my left shoulder is messed up, please don't grab it. And then you'll say, oh yeah, cool, I would never do that, don't worry about it, you'll be safe. And then all of a sudden the rolling starts, and they start going after your shit, and then you get mad, and you say, dude, what the fuck, my shoulder's messed up, I told you. And then you get in those weird situations. So instead of going through all that and assuming that somebody else is going to remember which shoulder is messed up, which elbow is messed up, which knee is messed up, and try to remember not to grab it in the heat of rolling, I find it's better just to put a piece of tape on your shoulder. Say, listen, out of order, don't grab. That way, every time they think about grabbing a Kimura or an omoplata, they see that tape and they say, oh, okay, cool, that's the one. Or if you're rolling with them and they tell you their left shoulder is messed up, and you have to keep on going, wait, which one's left? Okay, that one's left. No, wait, that one's left. It's hard to keep track of. But if there's tape on it, you'll see it, you'll remember, it's easy, and it'll avoid a lot of like weird stuff that happens on the mat, and it'll also keep you a lot safer. Anyway, those are my tips. Athletic tape to remember stuff, When you're rolling, to avoid, to remind people that you're injured, for you to remember that you're injured, etc. If you like this stuff, you can go sign up for my online magazine, The Sloth Report. It's at www.theslothReport.com. You can sign up there. You can also sign up at my normal website, joshvogelart.com. There's a link for The Sloth Report. There's also a link for my online store where I'm carrying flow kimonos, Red Journey brand jiu-jitsu belts, Sloth Report, and Grapples and Oranges patches. The reason I started with these companies, Red Journey and Flow Kimonos, is because I wanted to start a store that has really good quality products, and also I wanted to work with people that I respect and who act professional, and who will get back to me in a reasonable amount of time if I want to place an order, and who are polite, and that's actually surprisingly hard to find. So I found Flow Kimonos originally. I love the way they do business, so I decided to work with them first, and then Red Journey brand does a great job as well, great products, and so anyway, buy some shit if you like what I have to say, or if you just need a gi and a belt. If you don't, it's no problem. Let me know what you think about this video. Hope it helps. Bye.